Alright, good, Tuesday afternoon, everyone. This is Jacob Melton live here with West Michigan weather. If you could let me know, if audio is going out okay. It is on my end, but I just want to verify if anyone happens to be watching real quick. Just let us know in chat. And well, it is on my end, so at this point, I'm going to assume that it is for everybody else. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with this here. I just wanted to take a few minutes this afternoon and kind of give a quick breakdown on what's been going on across the area really this morning and now into the afternoon with our snow event that we've had ongoing. So, we're going to start here with a look at the Doppler radar. And you can see we've had lake effect snow going on across the area really this morning and now into the afternoon. And it has caused some problems across the area, especially when it comes to travel. So we're going to just kind of take a quick radar tour here. And Lane on Facebook letting us know it's good. Okay, awesome. All right. Anyways, take a look at radar here. As you can see, the greatest coverage of snow is really along and west of 130 US 131 corridor. So areas like Muskegon, Holland, Allegan, and then down south towards like the Paw Paw area, South Haven. This is where snow has been most consistent. But even east of 131, which you can see here, we've had some bands come on through to impact areas like along the I-94 corridor, over towards the US 127 corridor. And along the US 10 corridor, it might not show much going on up there, but it is snowing in spots. It's just up there, radar coverage. It's kind of in that spot that's in between radars, and unfortunately, it appears Green Bay radar is down too, which doesn't help that. In fact, I'll switch it over to composite though. It helps a little bit, but not too much. But there is likely some snow showers ongoing up in that along the US 10 corridor as well. Now, in some of these heaviest snow showers that we've seen throughout today, we've seen snowfall rates as much as 1 inch per hour. When you got snowfall rates that high, the visibility comes way down as well. And we've also had wind gusts this morning into the like 20 to 35 mile per hour range. That combined with the snow, that's resulted in some significant visibility reductions across the area as well, which has resulted in several crashes across many of our main highways across West Michigan this morning and now into this afternoon. And then in just a moment here, we'll go take a look at the MDOT map and kind of show you what's going on there. But in some of these heavier snow showers, you could expect very, very low visibility and a quick inch or so that get on the roads that's contributing to very, very slick travel. In fact, we'll take a look. Give me just a moment here. We'll pull up temperatures here. And temperatures right now are in generally the lower to middle teens across the area. So our warm spot really right now looking at data is Mount Pleasant at 17 degrees. But when we get temperatures this low, salt, road treatments don't become all too effective. I mean, luckily in between the snow showers there is sunlight. That'll help a little bit. But just something to be aware of as well. Road crews are out there. They're doing the best they can, but we just haven't had the best weather to help out with that over the last several days, and that's going to continue. Let me go ahead and take off radar entirely here before we go to the MDOT map. I'll pull up our warnings, advisories again. And our purple shading, we continue with a winter weather advisory to right now until 7 p.m. this evening for our West Michigan shoreline for the West Michigan shoreline or Lake Michigan shoreline counties, along with the US 131 corridor. In Southwest Michigan, this is our northern Indiana counties along the US 12 corridor. This also goes until 7 p.m. this evening. So again, down there, it's additional accumulations up to 1 inch with locally higher amounts possible. That's in areas that end up getting in one of those heavier bands. And Grand Rapids is really the same thing. Additional snow accumulations up to 2 inches, along with blowing snow that's been reducing visibility quite a bit in spots. And we also, if you see that little green outline here towards the Newaygo area, that is not on our header here, but this is actually a flood advisory that is for the Muskegon River in that area. That is due to possible doing an ice jam. As you see, with these very cold temperatures, these rivers are icing up quite quickly, and that can begin to cause some problems, especially with time. So just something to be aware of towards the Newaygo area. We are still monitoring potential for some flooding issues due to ice jams. And that might become more of an issue really across much of our area rivers with time as well. So we're going to switch gears here. But again, we continue with our winter weather advisory for areas along and west of US 131. And we also have a special weather statement there for Branch and Hillsdale counties, so like the Coldwater, Hillsdale areas. That is again for blowing and drifting snow, for gusty winds between 20 and 35 miles per hour, the strong winds and the snow, which is even some snow showers going into there from time to time as well. So that the wind's going to blow that around. That's going to cause plenty of visibility problems that we've already seen. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and switch gears right now. Let's go over to the other scene, and we're going to go over to the MDOT map. And as you can see, there's a lot of yellow, orange, and red on the roadways across West Michigan. And that is due to this snow and blowing snow. And you see all these exclamation markers across the map, especially around the Grand Rapids area, along I-196 there, and along US 131 and 94, and even one across I-96 there towards kind of headed towards the Portland area. These are all roadway incidents, with the majority of these being crashes. Again, the roadways and the visibility, it's not great out there. It's been contributing to a lot of problems across West Michigan. Lane asking and from Facebook, will winter weather advisory likely extend? It is a possibility. I know the National Weather Service there in Grand Rapids was noting that, and it's possible. In fact, I think those decisions will be made here coming up in the next couple of hours with their next forecast update package, and we will let you know if any of that does become, if that does become the case. We'll of course let you know via our social media platforms. But yes, to answer your question, Lane, it's possible, because the lake effect's not really going to stop, and so it's possible they'll have to extend that, at least for some areas. We'll have to wait and see what's decided there. But let's go back to what we were discussing here, the roadways. I'm going to zoom in on a couple areas in particular. This crash along eastbound M6, you see all lanes are blocked there. That area is shut down eastbound M6 due to, and that is due to a multi-vehicle collision, according to the Michigan State Police. And that is due to a multi-vehicle collision. Somewhere in the ballpark of 20 to 30 vehicles from my understanding, according to the Michigan State Police. So that area remains shut down, and there is another multi-vehicle collision coming in across to where near South Haven, northbound and southbound I-196. That is also shut down due to a multi-vehicle collision. So the gist of it is, guys, the road conditions are not good, and if you don't have to be out there, I understand that if you have to go to work or whatever, I can't tell you not to drive. But if you don't have to be out there, I kind of recommend that you just kind of hang out at home. And if you do have to be out there, be very, very careful. And make sure you have an emergency kit with you if you do happen to get stranded somewhere, especially with the colder temperatures. But Eric on Facebook is asking, is trying to commute from Galesburg to Ann Arbor for the Michigan-Nebraska game at 7 p.m. Should you be fine over there? And honestly, it's going to be a bit tricky to get over there. I will say this. Roadway conditions are a little bit better with eastward extent, but even over there, in fact, we'll go back to radar real quick, and I'll go to we'll go over to the Detroit radar up in Oakland County, the White Lake radar. As you see, there's snow squalls over there too. And that's, in just a moment here, I'll go over some of the computer model data and kind of show you what to generally expect. Okay, there it goes. Wasn't wanting to animate there for a minute, but there we go. But yeah, even over towards Ann Arbor, there's snow squalls ongoing right now, and that will continue to be the theme through the afternoon. So from Galesburg to Ann Arbor, honestly, you're going to be running into some tricky spots with the snow ongoing across the area. So I'm going to leave that up to you if you want to travel there or not, but I would be careful if you are heading out to Ann Arbor for the Michigan-Nebraska game. So just something to be aware of. You'll be running into some snow showers that will kind of reduce visibility from time to time. But we'll actually go back to the other scene here, and I'll pull up some model data real quick. Which, I mean, of course, model data, that's not the end-all, be-all, but just want to kind of show you what to generally expect. Alright, let's go in here, and as you can see, this is showing snow showers will tend to continue through this evening before maybe coming to an end somewhat towards this evening, but even then, still maybe some lighter snow activity. I will say this, with time, conditions will tend to improve, the further east you go. So towards like Ann Arbor, maybe around towards 6-7 o'clock. At least this computer model's tending to improve conditions over there. Let's go to another one though, just to be sure. And really same story. It does tend to improve conditions somewhat as we head later into the afternoon. So I will say, at least for the short term, just kind of be careful. Although later this evening, at least according to our computer model data, conditions will tend to improve. So if you can wait till maybe late afternoon or something like that before heading that way, you might have a little bit better luck than we do right now. But just be aware of that for anyone trying to travel. So okay, so that is pretty much everything I wanted to discuss here. I will now open it up to the comments. If anyone has any questions, I'll give a couple minutes so we can address that together before I get out of here. So let's go back to radar real quick. So, again, anyone have any questions? We are watching chat here, so feel free to ask for the next couple of minutes. Well, okay, Eric says thank you. I was probably going to leave around 4:35 or so. Okay. That makes sense. Just again, with the computer model data I showed, it might begin to improve a little bit there, but still, especially starting out from Galesburg, just kind of take your time. Just be aware of the visibility reductions from time to time, and take it slow. You should generally be okay. So, all right. Well, we're seeing if anyone else has. I'll just take one more radar check, and I will also discuss this with the lake effect snow. So I know this gets people say this a lot. Well, I didn't get much snow at my house, so and that's just the nature of these lake effect bands. Like if you're in parts of Grand Rapids right now, you're not seeing all that much. Head about maybe 10, 20 minutes away towards like Hudsonville or or maybe Granville or something like that. That's the difference to Eric is also asking now, do you recommend staying on 94 or taking back roads, or is it preference? Well, I'm going to leave that to personal preference, honestly. I will say, when it comes to the road crews, generally their top focus is going to be the main roads. So like I 94, I 96, or US 31 and 131 and whatnot. Those are generally their top focus. Not, but at the same time, the back roads might have less traffic, but also those end up being kind of a little less maintained. But again, that's personal preference. But it does. But so we'll leave it personal preference. I can't tell you specifically which way to drive. We'll leave that up to you. But just we'll say that when it comes to the road crews, they're going to tend to focus on the major roadways first before getting to those back roads. So just a word of caution there. So, so hopefully that answered that question for you, Eric. Um, Anyone else have anything? I haven't really seen too much besides that. Now, I will mention before I go here, due to the snow that has kind of piled up in certain spots, there while computer model data does tend to indicate this will slow down this evening somewhat. Now, we still do think there could be at least some potential for school closings again, possibly tomorrow morning. Right after this live stream, we're going to start looking at data and and we will have this evening our potential thoughts on that when it comes to those school closings for tomorrow. And so we will let you know what to expect there this evening. So, Eric says, appreciate it, man. Have a great day. Stay safe. Thank you, and same to you as well. Be safe. Chris is on Facebook is asking, wanting to go to Owasso from Rockford. Wanting to go to Owasso from Rockford? What do you think? Well, again, it's going to be a similar story to what I was just discussing. From Rockford, I will say this. If you are heading away from the lakeshore, you're not going to run into, I won't say, well, I won't say you won't run into issues, especially with with it being more open areas out there, but the snow showers will become more on and off type of pattern with eastward extent. But I'll go check Doppler radar again over there. And again, it's still showing some on and off snow showers. That might be enough to reduce visibility for a mile or two or something like that, and then move on out. But also out there, it is a bit more rural, and with the gustier winds today, that could again cause some blowing and drifting issues. So I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to go, but it might be best just kind of, if you are planning to go, just be careful, because again, even if it's not snowing, with the windy with things on the windy side today, you might run into some visibility issues due to blowing snow as well, especially out there, because I used to live out there, so I can tell you it's more rural out there along M21 and whatnot. So just something to keep in mind for you. So just use caution if you are planning to go. And that goes for really anyone planning to travel this afternoon into this evening. Just kind of be careful. So hopefully that answered that, Chris. Don't see anything else so far, so and our view count's starting to go down a little bit. So I think we are going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Chris says thank you so much. You are very welcome, Chris. Happy to help. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap this stream up. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to like and share this stream. Just so it gets out to more of West Michigan and beyond. And feel free to, if you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. And make sure the notification bell is enabled, so that way you get notified when we go live into the future. And keep an eye out on our social media this evening for our thoughts when it comes to those potential school closings for what will be Wednesday morning. All right, again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you guys later on in the next one.